What's going on, YouTube? You guys are watching Boxing Talk with Shaka Waka. What's going on, everybody? Yo, I just want to talk about, the whole Last Stand interview with Jermell Charlo. But before I get into that, I want to say thank you to everybody who comes and likes and comments on my videos. Shout out to all my subscribers and shout out to the whole LDBC, man. Y'all are the real ones. Now, let's go ahead and speak on this man. So, Jermell Charlo, he always has a lot to say, and I kind of enjoyed this video. Sometimes it was kind of cringy to listen to, but Jermell Charlo is who he is, and sometimes it's hard to take him serious, but then at the same time, it's kind of good that a boxer is coming out here talking and speaking on certain shit that's in boxing. Jermell Charlo, he talked about Canelo, he talked about he talked about Bud, he talked about Earl Spence, hell, he talked about the pound for pound list. He went on and on and on talking about a lot of things that are really important to boxing, a lot of shit that we talk about here on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of like what he said about some shit. Hey, first of all, I'm gonna start with this here. I like what he said about Bud. I do. I think that's how people need to be coming to everybody in the boxing world. And the only reason I liked what he said about Bud is because he had the same energy talking about Canelo. Now, if he turned around and said he wasn't gonna say anything bad about Canelo as well, I probably would have took this interview a whole different fucking way. Because we know a lot of fucking boxers that'll kiss Canelo ass, but then got pressure for everybody else. And hell, the Charlo brothers is one of them. So this interview really turned that around. So what he said about Bud was basically, if Bud wants to come to 154 and fight him, he need to watch out or he'll get knocked the fuck out. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? And what else is he supposed to say? He's supposed to say, like, nah, Bud gonna beat me. Nah, Bud gonna lose. Bud gonna beat me. Bud can do everything with me. Like, no, he ain't supposed to say that. We don't know Mel for saying some shit like that. So he came with the right energy when it came to Bud. And I think Jermell Charlo, I fucking respect Jermell Charlo's skills. I think he's a great boxer, great puncher. It's just his accuracy and staying with what he's supposed to be doing. Sometimes he doesn't listen to Derrick James, and that's what gets him fucked up. But not like fucked up like he getting beat up, but that's what causes him to lose his fights, like with the Tony Harrison fight and then this Castaño fight, which really caused him to get that draw. He wasn't listening to Derrick James in that corner. Jermell Charlo has a lot of skill, good chin, great athleticism. He said this in the interview, and that's all true. But if you ain't listening to your corner, what the hell you gonna do in there? You know what I'm saying? Your corner is there to help you. That's one big thing about Jermell Charlo. He has a lot of fucking arrogance about him that he think he can do it himself, I think. You know what I'm saying? I see that when he's actually in the ring and when he's talking outside of the ring as well. But like I said, what the hell is he supposed to say? You know what I'm saying? Bud is saying he want the Castaño winner out of Jermell Charlo and Castaño. What the hell is he supposed to say? Like, oh, he could come up here, yeah, this is gonna be a good fight. No, I'm gonna knock his ass out. That's what you're supposed to say. I'm sure Bud would say the same exact fucking thing if it was the other way around. So let's go. If Bud beats Earl Spence down here at 154 and becomes undisputed yet again, I would love to see this fight. If Terrence Crawford doesn't retire, I honestly think he should retire after the fight with Earl Spence. But if he wants to keep fighting, then why the fuck not? If Jermell Charlo is welcome to it, why not fight him? But like I said, I'd have had a different energy if Jermell Charlo didn't also call out Canelo, which he did. And a lot of people aren't really playing that clip. They playing a whole bunch of clips about the Bud situation, but they didn't really necessarily show the video of Jermell Charlo calling out Canelo, saying, why don't you fight my brother? He's the best fight you ever gonna get over here. He's the toughest fight you gonna get over here. Why you ain't fighting him? Hey, if you don't want to fight him, you can fight me. Fuck it. That's exactly what he said. You don't hear nobody talking like that to Canelo. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear nobody actually calling out Canelo for his shit, for his bullshit. He's ducking Jermell Charlo, and I ain't gonna I ain't gonna argue with none of y'all about that. He went to every fucking different weight class to fight for their belts except for Jermell Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, and that's just the truth. Okay? That is the truth. And I don't care what no Canelo fans have said about it. You know, the funny thing about that is a lot of Canelo fans will say that Jermell Charlo can't do shit with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? They'll say Jermell Charlo can't do shit with him. Well, why don't he fight him then if he's so easy? You know, he could fight Yildirim and everybody else that ain't fought nobody to get where they the fuck at. But for some reason, it's a different energy when it comes to Jermell Charlo. And that never sat right with me with Canelo. So fuck what the fuck y'all be talking about. That he ain't ducking Jermell Charlo. It's clear as day. It is clear as day. Now, something I really wanted to talk about that really stood out to me in the interview. I'm gonna play the clip for you real quick of what Jermell Charlo said. Now, let me pull it up real quick. All right. Hold on, y'all.
Last fight that I had with him back July 17, 2021, we only drug tested one time. And that was before I asked, I asked one of Al Heyman's advisors, or people that represent Al Heyman, I say, hey, why aren't we being drug tested this whole camp? The whole camp, nobody came. You know what they told me? They said, hey, Charlo, you were supposed to request for that a month ago. Never have I requested for a drug test. Months and months go by. Rosario fight, Lubin fight, my whole career being number one in the WBC. WBC, I'm mad at y'all. Because y'all said y'all a clean sport. And if anybody fight for y'all titles, y'all gonna make sure they protected. I'm not. I don't care what they do. I'm a warrior. I'm a lion. We gonna eat what we eat. Sometimes the blood ain't as good as we want it to be. But you know what? I want a fair shake in the boxing world.
Now, that's real interesting to me. Because in that interview, they didn't really get down into that. Brian asked him, do you think he's dirty? Do you think Brian Castaño's dirty? And Jermell Charlo said yes and no. He didn't really give a stable answer. He just thinks that he can't make weight. And he needs some more time to make weight. But this whole thing about him calling out Brian Castaño for doing, for faking this injury and not being tested with the WBC is very, very ironic to me when he got on Deontay Wilder for getting on Tyson Fury about his gloves and boar meat and all that shit. But you want to have a fair shake in your fight. Make it make sense. See, he couldn't stand by Deontay Wilder's side when Fury was doing all that bullshit, but he wants a fair shake in his fight. No, you gotta get it how you live. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it how you live. If you say that it don't matter, then it don't matter. Why you even bringing it up? I'm not saying this isn't a subject that doesn't need to be brung up, but you gotta have that same energy when it comes to everything, not just when it comes to you. Mayweather has a good he does this as well. He does this just the same. You know what I'm saying? He'll bring up racism when it's on his terms, but when it's somebody else, he don't give a fuck. And I don't like that energy. And I get that from Jermell Charlo. This is why it's hard to like this dude. You know what I'm saying? I understand what he's saying. The WBC do be on some bullshit, and it is true. More people need to speak on it. But you can't speak on it when it's convenient for you, my nigga. You gotta stand on some shit when you know it's right to stand on some shit. Not just when it's in your predicament. That's how you lose your honor, bro. That's how you lose your honor and seem selfish as fuck. Cause that's the same thing that Mayweather went through. He'll talk on some shit when it's all about him, but when it's somebody else, I don't follow the crowd. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with me. Man, you on that same boat, and I don't like that shit. Yeah, Jermell Charlo can fight. This interview was cool and all that, you know what I'm saying? It was very entertaining to watch, but this shit was cringy as fuck when you really dig deep down and seen what the fuck he was saying about Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? All that shit about Tyson Fury, and then you come out here saying that shit don't matter, skills pay the bills. Okay, if that's the truth, you would have beat Castaño's ass the first fight. we wouldn't be back around here again. You know what I'm saying? Your skills should have paid the motherfucking bills. Like you said in this interview, you taller than them, the reach is better than them, your athleticism is better than them. So that should have gave you the W in the fight. But man, Jermell Charlo, he's something else. He up and he down, he this and he that. He's always saying some shit. Sometimes you need to stick to one thing. Your morals should be first all the time. You know, not just when it's convenient, bro. Not just when it's convenient. That shit right there is a turn off. Trying to be this dude's fan, because I know he on some weird shit. Not weird shit, but I know it's not genuine. You know what I'm saying? I know he's just talking. But you guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Check me out every Thursday. I will be dropping content. Peace.